My name's Pete Woods, you're watching Hexham TV. Who are you?
I'm Norman Wicks and I'm the guardian of the defibrillator in Priestlands that was put in by the Hexham Rotary Club.
So Norman, tell me what the situation is with defibrillators in Hexham at the moment. And I understand there's some training coming up.
That's right. Well, we've got 19 defibrillators scattered around in the Hexham area, but some of them aren't working. Sometimes through a lack of a guardian, and we try to get companies or whatever, but individuals of course can take them on as well, you know, and it's not an onerous task just to keep a check on the thing. So that's what we're doing. We want to get all of them. So it's knocking on 3 or 4 that aren't working at the moment, but it varies of course. Now we want to try and get those put in as much as possible, and just on that fact is the one that was in 4th Street at Hexham, which has been out of action, believe it or not, for 2.5 years through lack of a guardian. We've now found a guardian who's going to do it, and thanks to Holly's Hope charity and the Freemasons actually, who've put in money for that purpose. It will be reopening that one in 4th Street in the next few weeks, which is absolutely excellent. So that's our challenge, is to get all of them working and ensure that, and then of course we go on to the fact that we're having a meeting to show people how it works. Now I can go into that. It's on the 30th of May, 7 o'clock at Hexham Masonic Hall. They've kindly give us the loan of the hall for how many ever we want to do of these talks, and so that if anyone is interested in how we work a defibrillator, what it does, how to identify a patient, what to do, it's all be explained in that presentation, and that's by Northumberland Ambulance themselves, and they'll bring a defibrillator, show you how it all works, what you do, because I've talked to many people about this, and everyone has their ideas of how a defibrillator works, and sometimes, oh well, I could possibly kill people, or I could do this with. They've watched on the television, haven't they, these huge defibrillators, which aren't true, of course, the manner they're shown on films and what have you. It's a very simple device, very clever device, because you cannot kill anybody by using it, and it's very simple to use, and you'll be told by ambulance service how to use it, how to get it, to tell you where the nearest defibrillator is. You bring the defibrillator, and then it's there. Should the ambulance or other medical help arrive and the person is still breathing, first class, they'll take over, they'll look at it. If, however, there's some delay, and it depends, of course, where this incident might occur, then the person who has the thing still on the phone will be asked to take out the defibrillator, and if they detect that the person has stopped breathing, then they open their chest clothing and put the pads on, and it does the work for you. It'll do it if they're not breathing or the heart stopped, and it won't do it if they are. So it's so simple to use, but very effective. But always the thing with heart stopping, it's saying the obvious, but you know, you've got to be as quick as possible doing these things. And so I think it's very important for not only the people of Hexham to come, if they're able, to see how it all works, and then tell everyone else how it works, which would be wonderful. Show them how it works, and then you'll not be as afraid to go and get it or become involved and what have you. Interesting things that we've looked at is that men are less, well, they're a bit concerned about if it's a lady, and of course opening up the chest, and you can understand that, but we want to tell them, we want to explain to them the whole purposes behind it, and the reason why there's nobody going to, you know, accuse you of anything or whatever. It's to save a life. That's what it's for. And who doesn't want to do something to save a life? So this is what we're trying to do. The other thing that we're wanting to do, if we can as well, is get some blood control kits. Now, if anyone wants to see what one of those looks like, if you go to the Abbey office, the Hexham Abbey office, on the wall outside, you'll see one of those. And that's to control blood emissions from an incident. And so they're important as well. So we're looking at two things, defibrillators and the blood control kits. And if anyone, again, wants to learn about those, come to the talk up at the Masonic Hall, and which, unusual for Hexham, there's tons of parking in the back of it, so just go in there and come in and learn about it. It's not going to go on forever, the length of time, maybe it's an hour or so, but it's a very worthwhile thing, and it might be that you might save someone's life, or indeed someone might save your life if you happen to be the person who's lying in the street or at home, because equally it's taken to homes as well, until such time as ambulances or doctors arrive who have their own. So there it is. It's a device for keeping someone alive in the absence of the other medical help. And then, so this is what we want to do, try and get so many people as possible that knows how to do it, can tell people how to do it, and then we'll all hopefully save lives, which we have done by the use of the defibrillators, of course, in the past. It does save lives.
And it's important to say that if something does happen and you're nearby, and you think, well, where would there be one of these defibrillators or these packs? If you dial 999.
Dial 999, ask for the ambulance service, tell them what it is, and they will immediately, apart from dispatching an ambulance, ask you certain details about the person. Have they stopped breathing, etc. These will all be explained up at this talk.
And if any individual wanted to be a guardian of a defibrillator, or any business wanted to be a guardian, or indeed to sponsor a new defibrillator in Hexham, how could they contact you, Norman?
The best thing to do is look online and for the telephone number of Northumberland Ambulance Service, phone them and ask for the defibrillator person. They get this done all the time, so you'll be put through to the person who actually deals with all of this, and you'll be told everything you need to know about prices, what you're supposed to do, how you're going to do it, and what have you. It's no problem whatsoever, and it would be great if organisations and members of the public indeed would sponsor one or whatever. You can have your name on it if you want, but the more the merrier. I would like them on every street corner, but of course that's not practical. But if we could have more, then it's going to save lives. Right. The other thing I was wanting to say as well is that, for example, the defibrillator in the Methodist Church in Beaumont Street, which we're now looking at, has a defibrillator cabinet. Unfortunately, the defibrillator was taken out in June last year, and no one knows where it is. It was taken out properly and taken to an incident, but then no one knows where it's gone. Now, these things are not valuable to anybody other than for the purpose to which they're made. So if anyone at all can recall having seen the device, it's just a small case, and it's usually orangish or white in nature. But the defibrillator is in there, and it's important that we get it back to the church so that one can be brought back into use, because at the moment an empty cabinet's no good.